Hey Joe, how you doing?
Get everything right?
You got it all done?
I think so. Let me make sure. I'm on the iPad now.
No, I'm talking about with you.
Oh yeah, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. Get everything. Yeah, it's done.
What was tough, was it?
Well, I don't feel anything. My old lady put a leg block on it.
Ah,
Yeah, but I'm not going home anytime soon. Let's put it that way.
so you're gonna be there indefinitely until they tell you to go home, right?
Well, I'm gonna be here for a while. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I understand because it leaves your life open-ended,
Well, no, it leave my life closed ended right now. Is all I could do. The problem I got is when they went in there and looked because they had to check the skin.
Yeah,
And they thought and anything dead they had to get rid of, right?
right.
I'll put it to you like this. I can show you the picture right now, but it probably everybody throw up. I'll put it this way. It looks like I've been in a fight with a zombie.
Wow.
That whole area that was about three quarters. I'll put it like this. That whole area, you got about a half-inch circle that still got the skin. The rest of it was taken off.
Wow.
So that's all muscle right there now.
So now what did they do? Put something over it or
Well, they got it bandaged right now. Wound care is going to come in and keep it fresh. And then when I went to the bed, I started getting in the bed back here, I started having chest pains. So the funny part about it, Dr. Worley did my knee a few years ago. That's the guy doing all of this. And then when I started having chest pains, I said, it's probably the normal thing, but I'm just telling you. And then it went away like it normal does. Now they got a cardiologist involved in it. Dr. Arena used to be my cardiologist. So he came in, looked at me and says, damn, how much weight you lost? You don't even look the same. Like that. So he's telling me, and we went through everything. He says, I trust you. He said, you think that's what it was? Yeah. He says, okay, I will get you back on your aspirin and everything. He said, because I need to get you back on just in case. He said, I don't know if they're going to let me do the Plavix, but we're going to get the aspirin back at least. He said, I'm going to do my best. He said, but then I got another set of doctors walked in, plastic surgery team. So on Monday or Tuesday, they come in and do a graft on my hip and put it down in.
they're gonna take skin from your hip and put it down there?
Yeah, they're gonna graft my hip onto my leg.
Yeah.
So but I'm in the bed and they told me I cannot put any weight on it. And I said, well, if I got to use the bathroom, is it a bedpan or what? Or can they get that little portable out here and get me into it, right? And the nurse told me, she goes, and the doctor said, you think you could do it with the walker without putting your foot down? I said, I probably could, like that. And the nurse said, whenever you got to go to the bathroom, let us know. We'll get you out of bed, get you in there. Said, get you in there like that, and your foot ain't gonna touch the ground. And it's not gonna hurt me. They just don't want me to keep walking on it because it'll make it bleed.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. So the bottom line is, I, I'm gonna just watch what I eat. And my daughter, I showed my daughter the picture. She goes, "Oh my god," like this. If I showed you the picture, it would gross everybody out. Now, if
Mm.
y'all want to see it, I'll show it. But
Yeah, show it. I'd like to see it.
I'll show it later. I'll show it later. Send it to somebody that can share it because I'm on the iPad and I don't know how the hell to do it.
Okay. The
Yeah.
So how's the pupper dogs doing?
Well, this is the deal. Jeremy, the maintenance guy, I told him, I said, my leg looks walking dead eating, right now. He said, don't worry about it. Anything comes to that door, he'll get in the apartment. My daughter went and got my car, brought it back to the apartment. I made her do that. She went in and she took that sandwich I had yesterday that was going to be my sandwich today. I said, wrap that sucker in cellophane and put it in the freezer. You know? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have that sandwich eventually. I'd rather freeze it and thaw it out, you know?
Yep.
She laughed. She says, "Can I have it?" I said, "Hell no, put it in the freezer. You got food." She had food in the car. I said, "You have food, you ain't get it, put it in the freezer." So she did all of that. We gotta see if they could link up the St. Tammany stuff so that I can do a Monjaro shot, see if they can get the shot over here, or if they want me just to have her bring it, you know?
Yeah. What so the dogs are being taken care of.
Right. Dogs are being taken care of. As far as I know, this is where the key is. So if you believe in God or whatever you do, pray good thoughts, whatever y'all think of. Because what's happening is, oh, right now I can't see the chat, guys. I'll look in a minute. I'll fix it so I can.
No one in the chat yet.
Okay.
No one there yet.
So I got to figure out how to do it on here. Maybe I can minus. Hold on, I lost y'all. I swiped it and they all gone. I ain't doing that again.
Gotcha.
So what I'm trying to say, I done lost track. Oh,
You almost need a laptop out there, don't you?
oh no, this iPad's good. iPad's good. Because that's good for me. It'd give me everything I need. I could actually watch my Direct TV on it, you know, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
So I don't need to watch this stuff. I should watch the hot nurses.
Yep.
So what the big thing is that he told me that the graph will probably Monday or Tuesday at the latest. I said, well, how long then to get out? He said, depends on what the graph is doing. He said, if the graph is taking and not giving us any problems, we'll get you out right away. But he said, but if you're having issues with it, they may send me to another medical area, another medical care for them to do it. So I'll be in a different hospital,
Wow.
you know? So I was like, and my daughter told me that's where she worked. She said, I'm going to tell you, you may have 2 weeks there, as
Yeah.
big as that thing is. So, and remember, 21st, 22nd, I've got to do team pictures.
Hello, Gitchy. Gitchy says hello.
Hey, get you. So I'm on a time, I'm counting the days because I've got, what's the day, the 25th? I've got
Yep.
just under a month. I have got to be taking team pictures. And I'm not going to reschedule. I'm not going to tell them try to reschedule it. I said, we're going to do it. I'm going to stay positive with this. Now I'll know officially Monday, I'll know, but I think it could be done. Because I think what they could do is put it in the boot or something like that. That way I'm taking the pressure off of it.
Mhm.
You know? And then I don't need even if I got to walk with the boot for a while on the sidelines, I'm just gonna have to do it.
Hello, Sunstar.
Hey, Brenda,
Brenda, get ye.
boy, that fall cost me a lot. Tell you. All I know is I'm gonna start picking up my feet better.
Well, the thing of it is that you're in the right place for the right not the right reasons, but at least you're being taken care of, you know?
Yeah, thank God I got insurance.
Yep. Oh yeah, because you're up into the thousands of dollars by now.
Well, I'm probably in the hundreds of thousands already. I know I will be Monday. But the nurses told me, they said, if you have to pee, here's your urinal. Like that. They said, if you have to use a bowel movement, we'll figure a way to get you in there. And I got 2 nurses here that are big enough to carry me in there.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Wow.
that the little 4-footer's not around?
Oh, she's here. 4 foot nothing, man. God darn it. I told her the same thing. I said, I'll mute y'all because I don't want them to see you accidentally and ask me how hot you are like this. And she says, tell them I'm a totally awesome 46-year-old. So, but this sucks. I told Captain Ray I could probably go on the show from the hospital. You know, I could probably be on a show like this.
Yep.
And I'll tell him that if you want me to come on from the hospital, I'll come on, tomorrow.
Have you heard from Johnny at all?
Yeah, I was telling Johnny about it. I called him first because he's the only really big friend I got around here,
Yeah.
I called him and told him everything, and I told him about the 21st, 22nd. And he said, "Oh shit, I'll come carry all your equipment for you."
Yeah.
He said, you don't have to carry none of that shit. Well, I'll come out and put it out there.
Hi, Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Donald. I said, well, I might take you up on it. We'll find out.
Donald put in the chat, did they cut Joe's wiener off?
No, didn't. No, because I wrote wrong leg on it. I told that to one of the triage nurses downstairs. I said, I need your marker. I know marker like that. I got to write something. And she says, he already put the initials on it. What do you need to write? I said, I need you to turn away because I'm going to write on a private part. Wrong leg.
What'd they do, laugh?
One of them almost fell out of chair. She says, I almost want to let you do it. He said, and she said, not make sure they lift it up enough to see it. Yeah, that would have been funny. But here's my big question. ER doctor wanted to do it Saturday night. Wound care wanted to do it Monday morning. So was the waiting caused this much damage?
Well, you may never get an answer to that.
Well, you might get an answer to this because I'm thinking if waiting caused all of this, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's a payday, but it could be.
Hello, Russell.
We have to get a chat somewhere. Let's see. So, I see chat. Let's see if it pops it up.
Russell
Hey, it works.
Russell put in the
No.
chat, he put Joe's wiener would be microsurgery.
Now I got private
Mhm.
chat. Let's see, got private chat. There's got to be a way to minimize it. If I can minimize it, then I can put YouTube on.
Yep.
Hey, Frank.
So how you minimize it? Who's that?
Rizzo.
I don't know. I've never done
Frank Rizzo.
never done it on an iPad.
No.
Because you know what I have to do? I have to put up two different ones. I have the actual thing over here, and then I have YouTube Prime over there.
Yeah, you got a point. I might do that.
You know,
Might be able to do that
two
the same way.
screens, double screen.
Pop it out.
Yep.
So if I lose you, I'm coming back. I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
Hey, I minimized. I did it. I swiped up.
There you go.
Hey.
I swiped up. It minimized just like the phone. And now I go to YouTube. Got Paul Murray show. Let's see. I'm gonna hit live chat so I can pop it out. I don't know if I can pop it out on it though.
See,
It's
I
not
had
gonna let me.
I have to minimize the one and then overlay the other one on the left.
Let's see. Okay. Jody, Sunstar just came in, right? Said hi, Jody.
Yep.
See,
Hey, Joe.
there's how I got it, Joe.
Oh yeah, I got it. That's what I did.
This, and then back over here is the YouTube.
Yeah, I had it a second ago. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I got the chat. I got it like that. I just had to minimize it. So I just got one screen. I got Dominic's screen right now popping in.
Yep.
And I got the chat on the side. Get you everybody.
Okay, there
great.
you go.
If anybody didn't hear, I'll give you the lowdown again real quick. They did the surgery, and they had to take the dead skin off, basically. So now, if anybody saw that original picture, I don't think we did, but it's about the size of my hand, and it was about an inch and a half thick. What they did is they drained it, and they found all the dead skin and clipped all that off. So now I got about the size of my hand open to the muscle. So they're gonna have to do a skin graft off my hip Monday. And they did a leg block so I don't feel any pain. So I'm here for at least Wednesday next week, maybe Thursday.
End of the week, maybe.
Could be.
Because
Could
you
be.
don't want them, you don't want them kicking you out early, so you got to come back, you know?
Oh, I'm not going
Yeah.
out early. You ain't got to worry about that. Because the doctor that admitted me is Dr. Tran. And he told me, you're not in a hurry to go, right? And now when he sees it, he says, you ain't going anywhere. I know it.
Yep.
These are good doctors. I really need to find out the insurance again to get back here. Come back here. Hey, get you. I'm gonna have a problem doing that because I'm on bed rest. Get you went shit, Joe.
Yeah, but that's all from get you from when you probably heard when he fell last week.
Yeah, yeah, but I like get you went shit, Joe. Yeah, that's gonna be my hardest thing to do. Hey, things happen for a reason.
Yeah, Brenda says sorry to hear that, Joe.
Yeah, I got the chat. I can see it now.
Okay.
Get you. You can swear at me all the time. I would let you do it to a degree.
Good one, Donald.
Donald.
Hold on. I'm muting y'all because I don't want to hear your voices. I have a nurse in there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, at least they're taking good care of you, Joe. That's all it
Yeah.
matters. So what do you think, Dominic?
About what? About everything.
Oh, here comes Justin. I feel so bad for Joe.
Eh. What's up? Hello, Jonathan. What's good?
Hey, Brenda, was an interesting day. I was running around doing some stuff, but it was what it was.
So you just getting on, Justin?
Yep, he just got on.
Have you listened to any of it?
He hasn't said anything yet.
Waiting for his audio to
All
sync
right.
up. Here he is.
Have you heard anything about what happened?
No.
Okay. They got me down there.
Uh-huh.
Did it had to debride it back basically. Any dead skin to take off, right?
Right.
And if you take that picture I sent you earlier, you want me to send you a new one, you know, I'll do it. But you take about a quarter of an inch circle around the outside and everything on the inside you take off.
Right.
And you're looking at straight muscle.
So did it go good and everything, or?
Yeah, but they took all the dead skin off. So now Monday, I'm not going anywhere. Monday, they're gonna take a graft off my hip.
They're gonna take a graft off his hip,
Jesus.
the skin, and
Yeah.
put it on his leg.
You want to see the picture?
No, but yes.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
I'll send it to you in a few. 'Cause I got another doctor getting ready to come in.
What yeah, okay, because y'all were talking like something really bad happened. I thought they like fucking took your
Well,
leg or
he's
something.
he's gonna end up with a wound on his butt cheek, and he's gonna end up.
Well, I know that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the way y'all were talking, like I caught the first few seconds, I was like, oh shit. I was like, what'd they do? Take his fucking leg?
No.
Well, tell him the joke you played on the.
In a second, my doctor's coming in. Let me get out of this a minute.
All right.
Let me mute Tim.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I guess it's not too bad.
Well, except
Well, as long as he keeps his leg, that'll be
prolongs the
good.
stay. Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a good start.
Better be done than something worse happen later on.
Good
Good
thing
thing he
he's
went.
got insurance.
I'm
Yep.
just glad he decided to go to the hospital when he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, if he would have waited till like today or, or later to go, then it could have been a lot worse. He
Hey,
could have been losing a
Jonathan.
fucking leg.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Jonathan.
Crazy.
Gitchy just had some apple crisp ice cream.
Ooh, that
Nice.
He
sounds
said it
good.
was good. Joe is with the doctor right now. He'll be back shortly.
Hey, Al. Yeah, good point.
Dude, why the fuck can't I see some of these people?
Oh, no, not again.
This fucking thing. I swear this shit is annoying.
Yeah, we seem to have this problem regularly.
I was on Tim's live last night and he had his chat pulled up on his screen,
Yeah.
put up as a overlay.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see half the people in his chat, but I'm friends with all of them.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see any of them.
Interesting. It's one of those YouTube glitches again.
The only person I could see was his buddy from the OTF or whatever. That guy I don't know, but he was the only one I could see. And he told Tim later, and and I kept refreshing the chat, nothing. Couldn't see shit. Put it on live chat,
Yeah.
top chat, nothing. Fuck you, YouTube.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe it'll fix itself. Who knows? What's up, Al? I felt a lot better now.
Well, that's good.
My stomach was like still a little like just kind of after effects this morning. And then I went and took a nap a
Yep.
little while ago for about 2-3 hours. Got up and I felt a lot better when I got up.
Well, that's good.
Oh man, that was horrible last night.
Mm.
Last night I didn't expect your invite because I was actually killing folks and having success. LO. Oh yeah, I was playing with Matt and Jim was gonna come in and play, but I had to leave. I couldn't stay on any longer now.
Oh,
My stomach was getting so sick. But I
yeah,
was
because
playing with him.
I enjoy the mat rages.
Yeah, me and Matt were playing, and then Matt messaged me like probably 5 minutes after I got off the game, and he was like, "Oh, Jim's on his way in." I was like, "Dude, I can't.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
my stomach is just so jacked up. As much as I'd want to come play,
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever came in and played with him though, because I messaged him and asked him if they were still on at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he never answered me back. Yeah, I was like just so sick. I couldn't do it anymore last night. Because it's like I started feeling a little bit better after I got off Paul's. I sat in the bed for about 20 minutes and I was like, so I sat up and I was feeling okay. And then Matt messaged me, said, "You want to play?" I said, "Yeah, I'll jump on." I just decided to go live. And I played for about 45 minutes and my stomach just started.
Yeah. I noticed that. Back and forth.
I'm just glad it wasn't as bad as it was, Brenda or Al, because I said when I came in, the way they were talking, I thought Joe lost his damn leg or something. I was like, Jesus. He should be all right, though. So they already did the surgery and cut it out, right?
What's that?
So they already did the surgery and cut it out.
Cut it out. Now
Now they just got to go get a graft from his
get a
ass.
skin graft from his butt. Yep.
Okay.
But they've got it wrapped and everything because they took off so much skin. His leg is there's nothing on the leg until he gets a graft.
Right.
Just muscle.
Yeah, because they cut out all that area. It was
Yep.
nasty.
All the nasty stuff and all the dead skin.
I wonder if you get to choose where your graft comes from.
I don't
Like, I
know.
want to take a little off the top, right off the back. Yeah, he should be all right, though, guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
As long as he doesn't get any infections or anything.
Well,
he
the
should be
thing of it
okay.
is what's on his mind is he's supposed to be the 21st of next month is when he's supposed to start shooting the sports over at the high school
Yeah.
team pictures.
He would have, Al. Yeah, for sure. You get it that bad where you start smelling it. Ugh. Blech. Nope. That's why I said it was a good thing Joe did go in when he did. And you know, any waiting an extra day or two could have been really bad. Especially since the wound people said yesterday, or was it yesterday or the day before they could smell it. Imagine if you would have waited another 2 or 3 days. Yeah, exactly, Al. Well, I mean, worst case scenario, he's just not going to be able to do his shoots. His health's more important, right? He
Yeah.
ain't alive to do the shoots, and the shoots don't matter at that point. So,
Okay, I can't take the Manjaro.
You what?
If I do the Manjaro, I can't do surgery.
Oh,
He said, when were you on? He said, Manjaro. He says, when was the last time you took it? I said, a week ago. He said, well, that was it. You were good. Because if they knew if they would have picked it up and it was yesterday, they wouldn't have done the surgery yesterday.
wow.
You know, so Manjaro have a counter reactive thing to
Well,
surgery. You
the
got to
question,
wait a week.
did you ask him if the Manjaro is creating any of the issues that you're having?
Wait, say it again.
In other words, like you started taking the Manjaro, do you think that that had an effect on your wounds?
Oh no, that's all the Plavix and the aspirin I take.
Okay.
I know what that is. But he told me, he looked at me and he said, I'm glad I wouldn't let you go home yesterday. I said, well, I was trying to go home today, tonight. And he said, yeah, he said, I was going to try to talk you out of it again. He said, because we needed to really take a look at that. He said, but he said, you'd have been home and back in a day or two with the infection.
Yeah, it would have aggravated the infection.
Yeah. Now he said he's doing some heavy duty antibiotics and all of that. And he hadn't seen the picture yet. He knew what they did. I showed him the picture and he goes, oh my God, this is the doctor. He said, this is Dr. Tran. He's cool.
He was your attending physician to start with, right?
No, he's the one that admitted me.
Admitted you. Okay.
Yeah, he was the hospital admitting physician, but I was admitted out of the ER, but he was the one working to admit me. And like my daughter said, you got the good one, you know. All of them fell in place. All my doctors. The only one I didn't know was him. All the doctors I've had before are my doctors right now. And he told me, he said, the female doctor that's going to do the graft, it's actually, she said, it's not going to be off, it's going to be off on my side, my hip, but it's going to be like right in the upper part of the leg. You know, right below my, like about where my hand would be on the side. So, said he said she's one of the best.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. Oh,
so when do you get your graft? I missed some of that. Sorry, I was on the
it'll
phone.
probably Monday, Tuesday at the
Okay.
latest.
What's
The
today?
only thing my daughter's concerned about, she says, it depends on
damn.
how the graft starts to work. They may send you to another wound care place for a couple of days. Or
Jesus, you're gonna be in there for the next week and a half, huh?
she said you could be in there another week.
Your dogs are gonna be happy when you get home.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're not eating a lot. You know, it's like the sandwich I told her bring home yesterday and put in the refrigerator. I said,
Uh-huh.
wrap that sucker up in cellophane and stick it in the freezer. When I get back, I'll throw that sucker out, you know.
Ugh. Well, Al and Brenda said they're sending their best wishes to you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All the prayers and best wishes are welcome, right? Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Thank y'all. I wasn't watching the chat because I had moved it over to mute y'all when everybody was coming in. Because the first thing he said, mute him like that. Because he didn't want y'all hearing what he was going to tell me. I understand that.
Well, technically, it's your choice because it's your medical stuff.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't tell me anything different. None I've ever told you. You know,
Do you know where they're going to take the graft from on your butt or what?
I just told you. They're going to take it on my hip, just below my hip on the side of my leg.
On the side of your leg. Okay. I didn't know whether they might consider taking it off your back or.
No. But they said they actually go up there and they just kind of shave they get under the first layer and shave it right off.
Okay.
And they take it and then lay it on top. But my daughter was working at a wound care place, and she said it takes about a week and a half for it to adhere. And but it doesn't go anywhere because what's happening is the wound care people are keeping it on the place because they put in Tegaderm and stuff to hold it in place. They said so. It's not.
Damn, dude, you must have hit your leg just in the right spot. Fuck.
Oh no,
All that from a fall.
it's perfect
Yeah.
storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that's got me concerned. Only thing that's got me concerned is the 21st and the 22nd team pictures. I got to be there.
Is any of your medication, is that why you bruised so bad?
Yeah.
So I figured.
Yeah, because right now I take Plavix that thins the blood out. It's
Yeah.
actually not a blood thinner. It's for the platelets. And then I
Yeah.
do aspirin, 61 milligram, 81 milligram. And he's and Dr. Arena. It wasn't that, who was it, Dr. Arena? That was Dr. Tran just now. Said they got you off of it. I want to see if they'll let me put you back on it. Well, what they'll let me do, because you got to have something, like that. And he got in touch with Arena, and Arena told him, go ahead and give him the aspirin. But don't give him the Plavix. And I'm probably good at not taking the Plavix,
You're probably going to lose more weight being in the damn hospital for the next week.
Yeah, I might, and I don't even know what diet they're going to put me on because I'm on bed rest. They might put me on a liquid type of thing so I don't have many bowel movements.
Yep.
Which, I'll be honest with you, I probably hate it for 3 or 4 days. But if they give me that fish soup, tomato fish soup, I'll be all right.
Oh, nice.
Because actually, that one that worked at Mandeville High, she told me she could get from the kitchen if I needed. And I asked her about that. She said, let me go see. Came out, made a phone. She goes, I made a phone call. I'll see. Like this. Went back to get some, come back with it. She had it already. So I was able to get it, just by asking about it.
Oh. But
they're also going to, like I said, right now, I can't feel my leg at all. They told me wiggle my toes. I said, am I doing it? They said, no. Like this. I'm looking at my toes right now, and I'm thinking I'm wiggling, but I ain't moving. It feels like my brain's telling me they're moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them, they ain't moving. So it's like, because they got I got like a block on my leg. They deadened it all. And that could last for 3 or 4 days. That's another reason why they don't want me walking on it. I won't feel it.
Oh, yeah. And if you ever woke up with a fucking leg that was asleep.
Yeah.
But
But the good news is they told me don't worry about raising anything right now. I don't have to do that. Waited back. Ow.
that's what I figured why you got injured so bad was because some kind of medication. Because, if you would have been in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, you probably would have been fine. You probably would have just bruised up for a few days.
Yeah.
Ice pack, you'd have been good.
Yeah.
Have
That was
one of the
rude.
nurses bring you another pillow because you don't need to be holding your head up.
No, I'm actually, this is comfortable.
Oh, okay.
I actually took the pillow and get through it. Got the pillow by my feet. This is the pillow right here.
Yeah, because the only thing is that you don't want to put stress on your other arm either.
Well, the other arm's holding my lap, the what you call it. So it's not that bad.
Hmm.
All I know is the dogs are okay. I got people gonna check on the what you call it, the packages as they hit the door. They're gonna get them in my apartment. My car's now back at my apartment. My daughter says, "Damn, you don't have any gas. The light's on empty." I said, "What's the mileage say?" She said 93 miles. I said, "Okay." I got 119 miles like that before I put gas in it.
Don't worry, I'll take your printer in for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Just give me that tracking number. I'll reroute it for you.
Well, it was supposed to be delivered today, and I didn't know if I was gonna get there today or tomorrow. That's what I was thinking. So I went on
Uh-huh.
FedEx and put a hold on it for one day, so it'll be delivered tomorrow, probably. They said the package is out, set for delivery, and it's on hold, like that. But I said today and tomorrow, so it may not come till Friday.
Getchy said Joe is sporting the scruffy look.
And I think I'm gonna leave it. No, I'm joking. We figure I'm not gonna shave till like at least next Thursday, Friday. All I know is I need a sponge bath. And I already know which one I want to give it to him.
I was trying not to make a comment.
Yeah. And Dominic knows which one.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind a sponge bath from her, right?
Mm.
If she wanted to give you a sponge bath, you'd accept it, right?
What? Getchy said press the hot nurse button. They'll come running.
Well, that's a good sign that, I don't know what Monjero would have done during surgery, but I'm so glad. They asked me downstairs. I told them that I was on Monjero because they asked me how I lost my weight. I said Monjero. So why they didn't ask me when was the last time I took it?
They got you on any pain meds or anything from that surgery, or are you just not in any pain?
I don't have any pain meds technically right now,
Uh-huh.
but the leg, like I said, the leg's got a channel block like on it, and
Yeah, so you can't feel it.
that's a complete deaden for. It usually lasts about a week. It's that strong that they cut the nerve. They knocked the nerve off, and then I got gabapentin. They got me right now on. That's another nerve thing. So I'm not feeling anything down there.
Well, that's good then. At least you're not in any pain.
But he told me just now. He said I'm gonna get you some heavier antibiotics now. And he said and hydrocodone is what they got. Codone is what they got now. For me. What was the one you took? How many milligrams?
What?
Hydrocodone.
What are you talking about when I had my kidney stone?
Yeah, like Norco.
It was 10 milligrams, I think.
Guess what they gave me this morning?
What?
20.
Oh,
Yep.
You're talking about stop the pain.
Are you
Yeah,
having
but
a
see,
hard
my
time?
problem-
Are you having a hard time sleeping, Joe?
No, I was sleeping good until I moved my leg somehow, and that sucker hit me in pain.
Oh,
That's what woke me up. I've been going to sleep 10:30, 11 at night, turning the lights out, and the only thing waking me up is them coming in for blood tests at 3 o'clock.
Now my problem is narcotics make me really queasy, so they have to give me an anti like
Yeah.
nausea medicine with it every time I
Mm.
take it.
Yeah,
Like when they
I asked Gina, the young one, the small one. I said the narco. I said hydrocodone is narco. She goes, yeah. I said, what milligram was that? She goes, 20. I said, yeah, because I've taken it before. I've never seen one that big.
usually they're like 5 or 10.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, how you? Yeah, you can take that thing back if you want. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Of course, you have a go.
I don't even know what I got tonight. I forgot.
But what they took from me when they sent me home with a week's worth of that and then anti-nausea medicine with it. I had to take them together. Or I had to take the anti-nausea medicine like 30 minutes before I took the other pill.
Right.
But I ended up being on that for over a month because they just would not go in and take the fucking stone out until I decided to go to Lakeland Regional, and the doctor there was pissed off because Winter Haven didn't do nothing. He
Right.
was like, they should have took it out the second week after you came in there. He goes, and it's been now a month and 1 week. I said, yeah. He goes, no, we're taking it out today. He goes, so just be here. He goes, I'm going to get you a bed right away. I had a bed within 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the one your wife worked at, right?
It's the company she works for. Not
Yeah.
Lakeland. It was Winter Haven is the company she works for.
Yeah.
But my doctor got pissed off, the one that works for her company too, and she's the one that told me to go to Lakeland. She goes, if Winter Haven's not wanting to do anything, she said, just go to Lakeland. They'll take it out. I went there, the doctor there, because the nurse came up to me. She goes, I don't know who you know. She goes, but I've never seen anybody get a bed so quick. So I don't know anybody. I said, the doctor was just mad because he thinks that the doctors are being incompetent at the Winter Haven Hospital.
Right.
He said they should have never x-rayed you 4 times in a month. He goes, they should have, after the second x-ray, they should have went in and took it out. He
Right.
goes, after the second week, he goes, obviously you weren't able to pass it. I said, no, I was taking all the medicine they were giving me, nothing. I said, it wasn't helping at all.
Yep.
Except for the pain meds. That was it.
Let's see what I got. Oh. I have no clue what the shit that is.
What,
Oh, did you just get
they
dinner?
bring you dinner?
Yeah.
How long did you have to go without food before your surgery?
8 hours.
Oh, dude, when I was in there, I had a bunch of snacks saved up too, and the nurse came in and took all of it.
No.
And then I had a cup with water in it, and ice water, right? And she comes in. I said, well, can I at least leave the cup of ice water so I can leave my phone up against it? No, I got to take that too. I was like, damn it.
Well, what happened is they got me down there, right? And then they started asking me about the I'm gonna send you the picture of my leg in a minute, but I'm gonna send you what I got to eat too. Hold on. Oh, God darn it. Looks the same.
But yeah, dude, it sucks as I had to wait 12 hours without eating or drinking. And
Randy.
I'll tell you what, bro,
Hey,
my
Randy.
throat was so dry after 12 hours and not having nothing to drink.
Yeah, no. Hey, Sam.
Sam, how's it going, man? What's up, Randy?
Yeah.
Who
been
was
a
that
hot
that came
minute.
in?
Sam
Randy,
Gitchy says press the hot button, nurse will come running.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Randy and Sam Hayden came in.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam, what's up?
Sam doesn't know about your surgery and everything.
Yeah. Hold on.
Sam, he fell, it was about a week ago, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah,
About
on
4 or
Saturday.
5 days ago.
Yeah, hold on.
So they had to do surgery on his leg today, and
I just sent them to you, Justin. Like I said, if you want to share it, it's okay. But everybody in the chat, there's a disclaimer. It's nasty.
Sam,
Yeah, that food does look nasty.
Nothing much going
And
on.
look at the leg.
Okay, so there's the food.
Okay.
There's the
Okay,
food.
this was Joe's leg before.
Yeah.
This is Joe's leg after.
No, that's nothing.
Looks like the
I've
same
seen
meat.
worse.
Oh, what the that's AI.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I wish
He's
it was
actually
AI.
he's actually at home just milking this.
Yeah.
You don't know how much I wish it was AI.
Captain had a vasectomy, Randy said.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm in
Sam
good
said
hands.
Sam said the food looks worse.
Yeah.
I agree. I will definitely agree on that one.
Brenda said a big wow, Joe.
Yeah. All I'm telling you, Paul, this beats anything that could happen to you. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not in competition with you, Joe.
So listen to me. Do you now listen to me good? And this is because I love you. Okay. You see what I'm going through, and do you hear me complaining about it?
No.
Because I know I'm in God's hands. I know I'm fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm 70 years old. I don't feel old. I know it's gonna be fine. You got to get out your own way and let them handle it.
Yep.
You know, if it means I got to be off my feet for 20 days, 20 days is fine. I
Oh,
told
see,
him, I
now-
said, Lord, 21st and 22nd of July, you know what that date is. I got to be there. That's all I was
See, now you grossed out Sam. Now he's leaving because of your food picture. He said, I gotta go. I got a meeting to go to. All because of the
Yeah.
food picture.
Yeah, all because of that food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like some shit you
That's
see
what
in
it looked like, Mitchie.
Kensington,
It
Philly.
looked like meatloaf.
Looked like somebody in The Walking Dead got all of them out.
No, they're all grossed out about the food. They don't care about your
Yeah, they're
leg.
grossed out about the meatloaf. Or look like meatloaf.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what the meat is. You know what I mean?
You probably don't want to know.
It just might be meatloaf.
Best not. That's what it looks like.
This is not meatloaf.
Might be, yeah. Hello, Gary.
You know what it is?
Benton Productions.
What?
It's a pork chop.
No.
Oh, okay. It looked like meatloaf.
Hold on. That ain't no fucking pork chop. Let me look at that picture again.
I'll send you a
Yeah.
picture to show you it's a pork chop. Hold on. It is a pork chop. Hold on. A piece of
Oh,
pork.
it is a pork chop. It's just got like gravy on top, a layer of gravy.
It's like a
okay.
pork loin. That's what it is. That's what they said it was, just a pork loin.
Oh yeah, because I can see the cut in the back now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one. You saw it.
That is a tiny ass plate of food.
That's all I get. That's all they give you.
But that's good though. They're going to keep you on small portions, and when you get out, you're not going to be able to eat big portions. You're going to stay on some nice small portions, and then you can keep losing some weight. How long before you can go back on your Manjaro? After you're all healed up, or what?
After the surgeries. So it probably I won't be able to go back on it for about 3 weeks.
Oh yeah,
That's
Randy,
gonna mess it up.
that shit's nasty. It's the horse tranquilizer, too, in Kensington, Pennsylvania. That's the one that all those people are fucked up like zombies on. It's horse trank.
Yeah.
Dude, we just had a big ass bust here. The sheriff's department made a big old bust. How much was it? Let me see. Yeah, it was the biggest bust in our county's history. They busted $14 million in fentanyl.
I was thinking you were saying BUS bus.
And both cartels were involved, and they arrested 6 people from the how do you say, I don't know how you say that one cartel, but the Sinaloa cartel, they arrested 2. And then there was 6 from the other cartel that were involved. Because apparently now, since the border's shut down, now U.S. like drug enforcement intelligence has found out that both the cartels are starting to work together now. Because they can't get anything across the border. they've also stated that the amount of drugs coming in has dropped way down.
I just realized nobody coming in and asked me about my meals for tomorrow. So tomorrow gonna be a surprise.
Yeah. Can it be any worse?
Yeah, it could be liquid.
Well, you got what, 2-3 days before your next surgery?
No, 5.
I mean,
I don't know. You know, they may change it, move it up. They might have to see, wait, and I don't know.
So what do they do? Just take the top layer of skin off?
Is it just to shave a layer of skin off right above, be right below my hip on my leg. And they'll take enough and off and just lay that on top, and then they'll bandage it on to have it heal, to get on there, you know.
I'll tell them just take it off the tip. I could stand to lose a couple inches.
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking lot of money, Brenda. $14 million. It's a good bus.
Yeah.
The U.S. Postal Service, Border Patrol. There was one other federal agency. Or no, it might have been, yeah, those were the two federals. And then it was Auburndale Police, Grady's guys, and one other law enforcement agency was involved with it. Yeah, exactly, Randy. These people are like fucking zombies that are on that fucking shit.
Best
Well, you
part
go
about
by.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The best part about it, Dr. Arena, the cardiologist, when he asked me all my questions, he looked at me and says, I know you so well, I'm gonna trust you because I know you know what you're feeling. You sure that was just probably what you usually been feeling, like when you exert yourself a little bit? I said, yeah, I'll do. That was it. Is it okay? We'll probably take the monitor off later. Just want to check it a little while.
Oh.
But both of my doctors I got right now, when they put out for a doctor, the doctor had my name, they saw it and they knew it was me that came in.
Hmm.
I can lift my leg, say, move my toes. Yeah, it ain't moving.
Mm.
I even have a little piece of strawberry shortcake that looked like one strawberry on it.
Oh, look like
Okay.
Oh, look at the
TJ.
kitty cat.
Yep.
Vegemite?
Yep. I'm under attack again.
Why does fucking Facebook show me posts from like 2 weeks ago? Like they
Yeah,
just
I
posted
know.
it today.
Yeah. Usually 6 days.
Now they should let the pork chop here, put the brown gravy on the right.
Mhm.
How's it taste? Good?
It's actually not bad. Hard to screw up rice, hard to screw up carrots, and it's hard to screw up pork chops. So Paul may have eaten a pork chop, but he wouldn't eat anything else. And well, you ready for this? My insurance guy called me, right? I called him about that claim.
Yep.
And I told him, I said, look, left him a voicemail. I said, I don't want to do phone tag with you because I'm in the hospital and I'm not getting out anytime soon. I just want to let you know I'm gonna have the thing where I could hear it and I'll be looking for your call, you know? Like, and about 10 minutes later, he calls me back. He says, yeah, we got everything. He said, everything's in review right now with the base main guy. He said, everything's cool. We're going to pay you. And he said, it'll probably be tomorrow. I said, okay, that's even fine. And we get to talking and found out he's a local guy. He's not just 800 number. He's across the lake, right?
Oh,
His son goes to
Mm.
Jesuit High School. And I told him, I said, yeah, I was telling him, I was telling him what happened. I said, yeah, I got to get out because I do team pictures for the paper. The Advocate. He said, Advocate, you're in New Orleans, right? I said, at Mandeville. And he goes,
Huh.
yeah, I'm in New Orleans. And he goes, what schools do you shoot? I said, I shoot Mandeville primarily. He said, a couple of years ago, they had a game at Tad Gormley Stadium, a practice game, and my son was playing. They had a guy with a drone. Was that your drone? I said, no, I was shooting on the sideline shooting pictures. I said, what's your son's number? He says, 23. I said, okay, when it's all settled and get out of here, I'll go look to that game's pictures. If I find 23s, I said, I'll call you back on this number and get me an email and I'll send it to you.
Mhm.
You know, so he's a local, it's a small world, huh?
yeah.
It is.
Somebody posted on Facebook, if you keep your AC higher than 74, please don't invite me to your terrarium, you lizard.
Yeah. Oh, they left the door open. I couldn't get it to close it. And the room got to about 75. I had to get somebody in here to close the freaking door.
Damn, how did it get hotter in New York City than it did down here in Florida?
Hey,
110 in Washington, D.C.,
Wow.
112 in Richmond, 113 in Greenville.
Yeah,
Wow.
Randy. Mason, Jason's gonna, when he comes in, he's gonna put it inside my apartment.
Oh.
So I got
Hey,
all.
how's your son doing?
Which one?
The one that's has the private job.
Yeah, he's working for a company called Koala. And what they do is they do an installation.
Yeah.
And he did it yesterday and today. In fact, he called me and I'm gonna have to call him back because everybody was coming in, you know. And he was saying, "Damn, pops, you did good this time." You know, I said, "Yeah." You know, it makes me wish you were home. You know, I said, "But you're all right. Stay where you at." And he said, he was telling me about it, and he's saying the day he was having, and he said it was pretty good today. And then they came in, and I had to stop. But tomorrow is his third day. They paying him, like I said, individual pay days, you know. And he's officially on the payroll on Friday. And they told him tomorrow when he gets back to get the truck out in the yard and practice backing it up and all that stuff. Because the guy he's going with is an experienced guy that's going to train him more.
Yeah.
But the guy can't drive the truck.
Ah.
So he's going to be the driver.
Does he say he kind of likes it or
What do you mean?
like the job?
Wait, say it again.
Does he like it?
Oh, yeah. He said it's hard work. He said, but it's hot work. He said, but it's work, and I'm making good money.
Yeah.
John just showed Sarah your picture. She got super grossed out. She goes, why the hell did you show me that?
You showed her the picture of the food, huh?
Yeah.
It's been 103 here past couple of days in Maryland. I'm in the country, hotter in the city.
I got a question for y'all, okay? I'll get off of this politics after this. How in the hell can you vote a socialist and possible being the mayor of New York City that says you're gonna have social workers, we're gonna get rid of the police, we're gonna have free childcare, free baskets for newborn babies. That was on his thing. Free baskets for
Mhm.
newborn babies.
No.
And he
Yeah.
said, and city-owned grocery stores where you can go in and get your food.
Ciao.
And
No,
he said, and we're gonna tax all the 1% rich people in the city and $30 minimum an hour.
Ciao.
okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna run all the rich people out of the city, and then you're gonna be broke as fuck. It's not gonna work. You get rid of
Well,
the police, complete
yeah.
lawlessness. That's their own fucking problem.
Yeah,
They can look,
they
You know-
tried that here,
they
and
can make their bed and they can fucking lie.
and it was a landslide against them. So
Well, he wanted, he's gonna be the Democratic nominee.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be about 3 or 4, Como,
good
the
luck
way they
with
work
that.
up there, he can still go back and run as independent.
Dude,
Against
I love how when Trump dropped the F-bomb yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like Iran and Israel were like, okay, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the ceasefire right there.
Yeah, dude, they both were like, all right, well, stop.
That's it. I'm
Don't
out.
yell at
Yeah,
us no more.
Yeah. Daddy got mad.
Yeah, he
yeah.
did. He said, I don't know what the
Don't worry,
fuck they're doing.
we've been there, Gitchy. It doesn't work.
Yeah, that's an impossibility. I mean, it's possible you could totally do that, but you're going to bankrupt the city really quick. And you're just going to have complete lawlessness if you get rid of the cops.
AZ David, hello.
So it's just not going to work.
Well, I can tell you right now, that's an F around and find out moment. Because as soon as it becomes lawless, guess who's putting the troops in there?
I love
As
New
I
York
said, we've
fucking
been there,
burn.
done that.
I'm sorry. They wanted to vote somebody in like that. Let it fucking burn to the goddamn ground for all I care.
Oh, guess what else he said? If Benjamin Netanyahu comes to New York City, he'll have the police arrest him
Ew.
for war crimes.
Fucking gross, David.
Did you hear me?
Do what?
Yeah, I heard that.
Benjamin Netanyahu, if he's the mayor, and Netanyahu comes to New York City, he'll have him arrested for war crimes.
The fuck he can, dude. He's got diplomatic immunity from the federal government. He can't do that.
Yep.
Stupid.
Fucking moron, dude. He said obviously he has no experience because he doesn't even realize that.
Guess where he
You
got
can't-
60% of the vote from? I bet you can figure it out.
Hold on, do what?
He got 60% of the vote by one what genre, maybe you want to call it.
I don't know.
College students.
That's kind of funny because a lot of the college students went the other way during the federal elections.
Yeah.
Like you talk to most college students
We had-
down
we
here
had
in
the same
Florida,
thing
they
here.
ain't about all that bullshit.
Yep.
I mean, if you just look at the big change.
Man, I got a strawberry shortcake, right?
Yep.
Looks like it's the leftover biscuits from this morning.
So, I mean, if you just look at like Charlie Kirk over the last 4 years when he first started doing the Turning Point USA and he was going to the
Yep.
colleges, thousands of kids booing him. Now there's thousands of kids out there wearing MAGA hats supporting him, and there's barely any opposition anymore.
Oh,
These kids finally woke up and
that's
they were
what's
like,
happened
nope.
here.
Yeah. A lot of kids have woken up and they're like, no, this is bullshit. And they don't want it. Like I said, let them fucking burn New York to the ground. We'll start fresh and
Yep.
get them all out of there.
Good.
Yep.
All that's going to do is drive everybody out of New York.
Now let's see what they missed on today.
I mean, look how many vacant commercial buildings and apartments are in New York now because so many people have left.
Okay, it says 2% milk. I did not have a milk. Okay, did not bring me a milk.
Oh, I do too, Randy. I love watching his videos.
So again, they forgot to put the milk on the tray. Every day they forget something. Pitiful.
And then what's her name? Can't think of her name offhand, Randy.
AOC.
No, not AOC. She does she's a conservative on YouTube. She was the one that was in the farmers market a few weeks ago. And the Lakeland police here kicked her out, and then her attorney sued the city, and they had to retrain the whole police department because they kicked her out of a public space when she was just interviewing people, and they're not allowed to do that. They violated her constitutional rights.
Right.
And then another city yesterday tried to do the same shit in Florida. Winter Garden tried to do that. I think it was Winter Garden. Because she keeps going to these public farmer markets that are public events held by the city. And they can't kick you out for stuff like that.
Right.
Because it's not a private event, it's a public event. And Winter Garden just did it again yesterday. I just can't think of her damn name.
You say they can't do it or can do it?
They can't. Because it's a public event, they're not allowed to kick her out for exercising her constitutional rights of free speech. Because she was in there interviewing people about different political shit like deportation and all that stuff. Lakeland got in trouble for it. The Lakeland attorney came in and told the Lakeland city, no, you guys cannot do that. You're going to have to retrain the police, and she's allowed back out there. You cannot trespass her. The attorney stepped in and said no.
Yeah.
Because he knew the city was going to get fucked if they didn't reverse themselves.
Well, the other guy, this one that just won last night to get to the runoff or get to the primary, basically. He's probably going to be the guy that when it settled, he's going to be the guy to do it, right? They got him when Holman was in New York, arguing with Holman with the ICE in between, the police in between, and he's screaming at him, what about First Amendment rights and all of this stuff? And he's pushing the police. So he's assaulting the police, pushing them.
Yeah, once you put violence in it, then your rights don't matter at that point.
But they didn't arrest him. It wasn't ICE. Wasn't ICE that he was pushing. It was like it was New York police. Might have been ICE, but I don't know if they arrested
Caitlin
him
Bennett.
or they didn't arrest him.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yes. I'll watch her.
Oh yeah, she's a little hottie too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Caitlin Bennett. That's who I was thinking of, Randy. I couldn't think of her name. And yes, I did see that one, Randy, where he schooled that college professor. Just because you're a professor don't mean you're smarter than somebody that didn't even graduate high school. If they
Hey,
read enough
TJ.
and they do enough studying
Hey.
and doing enough research, they can out smart you
You
easily.
don't want to know, TJ.
TJ comes in now asking me that question.
Yeah.
Short version, yes, they went in, cut all the skin out of his leg, and they got to put a graft on his leg. And
Yep.
he has to go in Monday or Tuesday to get the graft taken off of his leg, right?
Off my upper leg.
Yeah, your upper leg.
Just TJ, I'll just tell you this way. Looks like I ran into somebody from The Walking Dead. I got
And
a
on
whole piece of skin missing.
And I'm honestly surprised, that Grady didn't step in with the Lakeland Police Department and get on their ass. He
Yeah.
may have, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's very constitutional, like you don't violate people's rights.
Very hands-on, yep.
And when it comes down to it, the ultimate law enforcement of a county is the sheriff, period.
You're right, Randy.
He can overpower a city police department if he feels like they're not doing their job.
Yeah, y'all see the banana?
Yeah.
I have a banana. I'm not eating it in front of y'all. I'm smart.
Exactly, Randy. Credentials don't make you smarter.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. I gotta make a fast phone call.
Okay.
But I'm gonna still be here. Gotta get y'all up.
It's like in any profession, you can have a young person come, was a star pupil in their class on that for whatever subject it might be, and then come into the workforce for it. And some older guy that's been doing it for 30 years is going to correct him when he fucks up something. Thinks he knows everything. It's all about experience.
Yep.
Oh man, it is warm out right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least I was able to clean up the bedroom. Oh.
This is what Joe's got me eating. Cup of noodles.
Yay.
I
Right.
heated it up, Dominic. Then I take and crushed about 6 or 8 crackers, regular saltine crackers.
Yep.
Put it in there, and boy, is it good.
Oh, great.
Mix
What
it
do
in.
What
It
is it
looks
in?
like it looks like cup of noodle. It looks like mashed potatoes now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I did is when I opened it up, and I took a pair of kitchen scissors and went down and crushed it all up, cooked
Now,
it.
I don't put crackers in cup of noodle. I put little bit of hot sauce in there. Little sprinkle of
Yeah.
hot sauce, spicing it up a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Eat it just like that.
That's
Then
what
I
it looks
drink.
like with the crackers in it.
That looks great. I'm not gonna lie to you, Paul. That does not look like cup of noodle. It looks like a mashed potatoes. That looks gross.
Yeah.
It is good.
Didn't you have a sticker board, TJ, you were building? See, I think you were doing it like I used to do, where you went and got the frames and you were putting all the stickers on the boards. I got my 906 sticker Gitchy sent me. It's on my toolbox. With all the rest of
Okay.
my stickers. Because I stopped doing the picture frames and I started putting all the stickers on my all over my toolbox. This one little girl that rides my bus, she's in elementary. She's in like second grade. She was always giving me like little stickers and stuff she got from her treasure box at school. I even brought her a little sticker. She gave me her little what was it? Oh, Can't remember the cartoon, but she gave me a little sticker. I even put that on my toolbox. I'll build another one, TJ.
Yep, build another one.
Crack an egg, and yeah, I've seen people do that. I'll crack eggs in the cup noodles. I'm not gonna lie, I have cooked eggs in the microwave a few times.
Hmm.
Because you can actually make a perfectly round egg for like a sandwich. You crack one egg in the bowl, put salt and pepper in there, you stir it up, put it in the microwave for about a minute and a half, minute. Doesn't take long to cook at all, and then you just slide it right out onto your sandwich. Tastes fine. See, what I was doing, TJ, is I was buying the picture frames, and then you could get like some good construction paper and cut it to the shape of the picture frame, trace it out and cut it to the same size, whatever color you want to use, and then put your stickers on there nice and neat. Then put it in the picture frame.
Yeah, I agree with that, get you.
I
Yeah, it
promise
can
you,
look like
Randy, if I made you a microwave egg, bro, you didn't even know. It doesn't taste that. It doesn't, you don't notice it, trust me. Just like me and my friends went to the store one time years ago and we bought we wanted to make a big breakfast. There was like 15 of us hanging out at the house one day. And back when I lived in North Carolina, a bunch of us everybody came over. We were going to have a big breakfast. My friend Michael went to the store and he bought all the breakfast stuff. And we got 18 pack or a dozen of like farm fresh eggs. And like we got like 2 or 3 different types of eggs and tried them. We couldn't tell the difference between them. Even though people try to claim that one tastes better than the other, I couldn't tell the difference. Free your mind, Randy. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, you wouldn't notice, Randy. You would think I cooked it in a pan with some kind of what do you want to call it, like little form or something. Now I make really good breakfast burritos from scratch, though, Randy. I think you'd like those. Bacon, sausage, eggs, chorizo, a little bit of cheese. That's some good shit right there. And some potatoes in there, some hash browns or potatoes. Oh yeah. I get those big, humongous tortillas. I make you one big fat ass burrito, breakfast burrito. My friend Michael used to go get breakfast stuff all the time on the weekends. Just started making breakfast burritos. He'd go get all the stuff at the store. Oh yeah, TJ, my breakfast burritos ain't tiny, man. They're massive. I'll make you one big one, and that'd be enough food for you. I do like Wawa's breakfast burritos. Like they're not the best, TJ, but I do like I used to get like when I'm working at the school, I always stop at Wawa early in the morning and I get 4 of those little to-go wraps. And it's just egg, bacon, and then they put that chipotle sauce on there. And it's really good. I never had chipotle sauce on a burrito before, but then I was in there one morning and I was like, I'm gonna try these. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. Chipotle sauce is actually really good on breakfast burritos. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's definitely not the best, but for gas station food, it's definitely pretty good. But it's not the best food in the world. But it's definitely better than like 7-Eleven or any of those or Circle K.
Mm.
Cause they have an actual grill that they make everything on. They have an actual kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Where 7-Eleven, a lot of their shit's just all frozen stuff they throw in those little ovens real quick to cook them.
Here comes David.
Here comes David.
Who the fuck's David?
Yeah.
Wait. Doesn't say bird woman, it says bird man. Why does he have a female voice?
Yeah.
Fried pepper plant
I'm
sauce.
over here. I've got sewing Tourette's.
Okay.
Fucking needles.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, Al.
Oh no.
Hey, Geechee. Hey, everybody else in the chat.
Hello.
I have
Oh,
been-
your son's got a heart aneurysm? I didn't know that, Gitchy.
I did.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
realized that.
Stop putting little in my name. That is not my username anymore.
Well, what's your news name now?
It's
And her slave boy Birdman, what the hell?
What do you go by, Laura?
Where can you buy it? Do you got a link to that sauce, Al?
She goes as Gobby Llama.
Where you can buy it online or what? You find me a link.
no.
I'll buy a bottle next week when I get paid.
Hey,
Right.
TJ. Hey, Gitchy. Hey, Sansa.
Brenda. Get the name right, Laura. Come on. Hey, Brenda.
Hi.
You're gonna nick my spot. Get the name. Oh, bollocks.
Yeah, no, I removed the little out of my name when I went over to TikTok.
Llama Laura.
No, she's
No,
called
no,
Gobby
you had
Llama.
some. No, you had a bunch of weird names over on TikTok.
Yeah, that was due to battles. That's. I
What
won
was
a
that
battle.
one?
I won a battle. They got to change my name.
What was that one you had? Little llama cum or some shit like that?
I licked llama cum.
Yeah, I had to message Laura. I was like, what the fuck is this?
What's it? Oh, I've had some weird ones, but I'm not doing that anymore. I don't change.
Al, you might have to extend that link just a little bit more because it didn't work. You shortened it, I think, just a little too much. Here, let me see if I can find it.
And Justin, when are you going to come play Fortnite with me?
Well, when are you playing?
I was playing like 4 hours ago.
Oh, I was sleeping. I was sick as a dog last night and this morning.
I don't care.
Sick as a dog and looks like a dog.
I think I found it. Al, here, let me share the screen here. This it right here. Pepper plant. Oh, they got seasoning too.
No.
What's the difference between the two green and the red? Chunky garlic hot pepper sauce. I see. That's the one I'll probably get because it's two different kinds.
Mm.
Oh, I might go make my burger in a minute.
Let me add that to my cart. There we go. The hell is all this? Oh, That I was ordering. I don't know what the fuck this is. 30 count pool party hanging swirl decoration.
Might have
Oh,
something for
okay.
your kids.
Sounds good.
No, it's probably something for fucking Sarah's work because she's always done that planning committee for events. She's always buying decorations for work. I'm like, you work for a multi-million-dollar company. You're the one buying the decorations. Yeah, I'm gonna get it next week when I get paid. Actually, should be in the next few days. Let's see, when does the third? What date is the 30th?
Yep.
30th falls on a Monday, so I'll either get paid
Realise that they've
Friday or not till
I've not
Monday.
playing that TV drone yet.
Good luck.
And what do you mainly use them for, Al? Like burritos, and what else do you say you'd use that sauce for? Tell
Should
you
I be
get some
using
of
it
the
for?
apple crisp ice cream. So good.
All I can see is now and again Joe's hand go in there.
Where'd you buy it from, Gitchy?
Look,
I weren't too sure then if you're sticking his middle finger up.
Apple crisp ice cream. Let's look this up. Is it this, Gitchy?
oh, okay. That looks
That's
interesting.
that's Jason's favorite brand of ice cream he always buys. Limited edition. Let's see where to buy.
Nowhere near you.
Probably not. Dylan's or Instacart. That's a delivery service. How the fuck are they out of stock on something they don't carry? It makes no fucking sense. They just deliver groceries. They don't fucking actually own any.
Yeah, but the people they get it from are not out of stock. So they're out of stock.
I'll have to go look in a couple grocery stores to get you and see if they have it.
Gross.
I'll send it to Jason too. He's got an addiction with ice cream, dude. He opened the bottom of his refrigerator on one of his live streams, and he had like fucking 10 half-gallon cartons of ice cream in there, all different flavors. Never tried that brand. I recommend. That brand's been around a long time.
Jamie wouldn't make it over here.
Do what?
Shame. It wouldn't make it over it. It'd be.
Oh yeah, I have to bury that bitch in some dry ice and hope it makes it.
What brand is it?
I can't
Tillamook
actually-
or Tillamook, something like that.
Tillamook.
I don't know how you
It
pronounce
looks
it. but-
like one of our Scottish brands.
That's what I was thinking.
It does look like one of our Scottish brands.
They make cheese too. I didn't know that. I've never really bought that brand before either at Gitchy, but I've always seen it in the stores. But if I get ice cream, I just buy the big 1 gallon jugs from.
And he eats it in one sitting.
No, that's just because there's fucking 5 people eating it. Half the time, I don't eat any of the sweets that get bought in this house. And then when I decide I want some of it, it's always fucking eaten up. I don't get any.
Them the rules.
How much of the package did you get that we sent you?
I would say out of all that, I probably got 10% of it. The rest of it, the kids and Sarah ate.
Well, we didn't send it for you anyway.
Yeah, they ate the shit out of it. They pretty much liked it. And then me and Aubrey made some of the strawberry stuff the other day, and it was pretty good.
You were supposed to record making that.
I know. She went into the kitchen and started making it and didn't tell me.
Did
so she
follow
comes in the
what it
room, she
said on the
goes,
back?
No, she didn't put the right amount of milk in there. And so she had to show me which cup she used, what measuring cup she used, and then I had to, add what she didn't put in there. And then we got it to a nice
No
consistency.
right amount of milk in a fucking
No.
delight.
But she, no, I didn't know she was making it. She comes in the room, she's like, look what I made. And it was all chunky and powdery. I was like, what did you do? I said, why didn't you tell me you were making it? And then I had to see what measuring cups she used, so I knew how much milk she put in it, how much she didn't put in there that she should have by the directions.
Oh, David, I forgot to tell you, Mum doesn't realise how one of hers went missing.
Wait, we've got an angel delight.
Yeah, we got a mint chocolate one.
A what?
Mint chocolate.
Oh, stop there.
Yeah, we took it away. We was going to make it while in Scotland, but didn't get round to it. And then it didn't make it back in her packing stuff. It fell in mine.
What are you talking about, TJ? What y'all talking about, niece?
TJ.
Nah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about. He confused me.
I know, me too. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Ain't that the TJ way?
I'm gonna
Coming on the panel, TJ, or what?
I'm gonna sit and spam Justin my live tomorrow when I'm on TikTok.
I'm gonna attempt to eat some regular food here in a minute. Oh.
Go back to that tomorrow. Ow.
I'm back.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Laura, and please don't give me any shit today. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah. He
I
doesn't,
have
he
a,
doesn't want any shit because he's
I
having a
heard. I was
he's having
listening.
a skin graft from his ass.
I have a wound on my, what's this iPad thing doing? Moving with me like Don's on. It did a close up, like where did my close up? So I've got about the size of my hand cut open, looking at my muscle now.
Nice.
Yeah,
Not much there to look at then. Oh.
Hey, show Laura the picture.
No,
Oh,
thank you.
thank you.
Justin,
I
go ahead. Show the picture
Nope.
for Laura.
No, I don't want to look at it again. That went in my file of never look at
Laura,
again.
you want me
with
to
the
send
other
it to
picture.
you?
No, you're right.
Yeah, send it
I'd
to
rather
her,
see
Joe.
that than the food.
Oh yeah, more
you're right.
people. You know what's funny is earlier when I showed it, more people were getting grossed out about the plate of food he was showing.
Food
They were all
tasted
in the-
good though.
They were all in the chat talking about how gross the food looked. They didn't give a shit about Joe's leg.
Well, I can see my toes, and I keep saying, "Move your toes," and I'm moving them, and they ain't moving.
That's got to feel so weird too, huh?
What's weird is that my mind is saying they're moving,
Yeah,
but I'm looking at them and they ain't moving a bit.
that's what I said. That's got to be a weird feeling.
Yeah.
It's like the people that lose a leg or an arm, and then they'll have phantom pain
I'm having
that their
phantom something
brain
right
tells them.
I'm done.
You see, if they would have done this Monday, I could have had the graph done today or tomorrow.
Get you said send it to her, Joe.
Okay, if she wants to see it,
Well, and that's it.
For what?
Oh, she must not have been in here earlier when I showed it to her. Showed to
okay,
everybody.
I'll send it to you on Instagram. She does say she wants it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got rid of the chat. I'm gonna get the chat back because it's better with the chat.
Oh man. Mhm.
Okay, to get the chat back, they're gonna be like this, I think. There you go. Now I can do it. Stupid ass thing.
I think my stomach's hurting now just because I'm hungry. All I've had today was saltine crackers. And 2 things of those little squeezed apple sauces this morning.
Hold on.
Here's mine.
Got a question for you guys. Do
Yeah.
you have any good musical shops over there? You know, that sells musical instruments.
Yeah, there's one in my city
We
that's a
do.
big one that sells a bunch of shit.
Oh, great. Could you see if they sell strings for the world's smallest violin for me, please?
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have it as a fucking gag gift. That'd be perfect for a music store to sell a little tiny violin. Actual
gonna-
working one.
I was actually going to 3D print one because all you have to use is fishing line.
Beep, beep, beep. I'm sure there's probably a company out there that makes one. That's probably a fully functioning one.
Freaking lightning cable. I had to plug this thing in. I got a lightning cable, and then I got the small one for the iPhone. So I'm at 30% with this. So
Dominic, the world's gone mad. It's gone insane.
I know that.
Yeah, no. We are scraping the barrel of insane now. A TikTok,
Yep.
Spud Brothers. Yeah,
Um,
all they do is sell jacket potatoes and
Yep.
promote it on TikTok, and they got 4.5 million fucking followers for some reason because everybody wants to see a jacket potato, and they're now our fucking football shirt sponsor. It's like the world has gone nuts beyond belief.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Oh, is that guy that has the trailer?
Yeah,
The-
he's my editing.
There's 2. There's Spud Man. That's the stalk one. He's a fake.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of followers, but he's not the original. And then you've got the Spud Brothers, who's running a family business since 1955. And they're the ones that have gone off the rails.
Yeah.
There
Oh, yeah. Comes with a little case and everything. That's cool for $20.
Found my phone.
Can we not get smaller?
I seem to remember that on one of his things, he was saying he had people coming over from America just to try his baked potato.
Yeah. Well, the Spud Brothers have had people because they've had Mr. Beast, who left his bank card to give the people of Preston free jacket potatoes for the day. And then Will Smith turned up at their
Dusty?
London store.
Hmm.
Just randomly, Will Smith just turns up. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, I think Dusty's behind in the live stream.
Mm.
Refresh, Dusty.
Ketchup, Dusty, ketchup.
Heinz.
Mm-hmm.
Nice being sat his backside and watching it do all the work. The dishwash. Ow. Rocket fan.
Didn't even know Dusty was there. Hi, Dusty.
Quiet now. What's wrong with them all?
Don't know.
Being
Hey, Lon.
Hi, Lon.
No, you're good, Dusty. I just noticed you were talking about something we were talking about like 20 minutes ago. That's how I can always tell when somebody's way behind in the live stream and doesn't realize it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All the thunderstorms went south of us.
No, no, I hate when that happens. We had that the other night.
And we had rain this morning, sunshine all afternoon, and just a little bit of drizzle a little while ago.
Yeah, well, we're,
Yeah, it's rained
we're
all
dropping
night
down
here.
to 25 tomorrow,
Nice.
then back up into the 30s and mid 30s by Saturday.
All right,
So
okay.
it's going to be like, and that's
Right.
it till
Just,
next
just
Thursday.
sent to get you.
We're going to get up to 24, 25 at weekend, it says.
Oh,
But it's
Yeah,
still
I'm
got
think-
raining.
yeah, I'm still thinking of turning the country around so we can have a bit of rain and you can have some of this warm weather.
yeah, yeah. Share it around.
Yeah.
It puzzles me though. When you think how small the UK is, yeah, and Mark's probably only like 300 miles away, and he's getting completely different contrast of weather to what we're getting.
Oh, no, that happens here.
Not even 300,
No, it's not. It's about 200, is it? 140?
maybe 240, something like that.
We got different weather
200
in 50 miles away.
I think it's 210 to the centre of London.
All these-
210 doesn't even get me out of the state.
So you're about 225 from us then.
Mm.
From your
Johnny,
Well,
Mm.
What's up, Johnny?
the Yorkshire way, or southern,
No, he's from Preston.
well, still southern.
Preston's north of here.
Still a southern.
yeah, we're northwest of you, just slightly.
Hey, Johnny.
He's calling you a southerner.
Hey, Johnny.
That's the last time I stick up for Kate.
Hey, Johnny, there's gonna be a printer outside someone's door tomorrow if you'd like to go pick up yourself a new printer.
Didn't you have already somebody picking up the printer, Joe?
No, it comes
Yeah.
tomorrow. But if Johnny's smart, he'll meet the FedEx guy there.
How long have you got to stay in then, Joe?
Till next
He's-
Wednesday.
Yeah, because they won't even
Another
get his
week?
graft. Yeah, they're not gonna. They had to cut out his all that muscle down to his muscle, and
Is
then
that a
Monday
pea
or
stain on the ceiling?
and then Monday or Tuesday he has to
That's
go
not
in
like
for
it.
surgery for them to take a piece of graft off his
He's
upper
done it.
leg and put over it.
Joe's cocked his leg up and pissed on the ceiling. Look.
Yeah.
So yeah, he probably won't. They said he'll be in there for probably another week or so.
Wow.
And his printer was coming today, and he thought he was going to be out, today or tomorrow, and he put his printer on hold till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Johnny said, "I'll go grab it."
Get it delivered to the hospital. Set it up in the ward.
Yeah. Start printing all the nurses' little trinkets. Johnny, you want to slip me $20 as a finder's fee, So I gave you that information.
So, according to our news, the bank spoofing scam is on the rise where people ring up and pretend to be your bank.
Yeah.
Not being
Oh, that's-
funny. Try
been a
ringing
fun.
the bank. You try ringing your freaking bank. You ain't getting through for nothing, right? So there ain't no fucking chance they're going to ring you, right? So don't fall for it.
Oh, that's been a thing over here for a while. Or they'll send you an email looking like it's from your bank.
Mhm.
And then you'll click the link. And some of them are very sophisticated. You'll click the link, it will take you to the actual website, but there'll be a keylogger embedded in it. and then they get your password and all that. So I said, anytime a company contacts you through email, that's when you just, okay, I got the email. Well, let me go directly to the company and find out.
Yeah, that's what I did when I got a text message that claimed to be from the Department of Works and Pensions telling me that I hadn't claimed me heating allowance, which
Yeah.
I don't think I'm allowed until this year anyway, when I get my state pension.
I got one of them parking ticket texts the other week. Apparently, I parked my car and I haven't paid my fine. Good luck with that one.
Oh, Anne-Maria got a belter because we stopped at the services on the way back so she could have a rest, and she went to sleep for a couple of hours. They've sent a parking ticket because we stayed over the free allowance.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Mm.
Do not drive
Would
tired.
rather she
You try parking, we're gonna have you as well.
Yeah, I mean, would they rather she slept for a couple of hours and was all right, or carried on driving and crashed?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Just a random chick pops up in Joe's
Yeah.
phone.
Hello?
Calm it, boys. Calm it.
No, I just noticed there's some or nurse, I'm assuming.
We know, but you need to calm
I
them
looked them and
hormones.
I'm like,
But my hormones are fine. Just a random chick pops up in Joe's phone. Yeah. Why are we playing the
Boys, calm it.
David, you're playing the stream.
probably gonna clip that.
Hey,
Oh, Joe's iPad's doing the same shit that what's
Donald.
his name's was that or
Donald.
Donald's does, yeah. Where it does
I'm
that
still
tracking
here.
shit.
Watch.
Yeah, we saw your nurse. She popped up in the frame there.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Glad to
following
meet
your
y'all.
camera was trying to follow her around.
Oh, there you go. I'm getting IV antibiotics now. Stronger.
Oh yeah. And then you make sure that shit don't get
And
affected.
she told me something that's hurting my feelings right now.
What?
She says usually when they do the graft, it's no weight bearing on that leg.
For how long?
I don't know yet.
Mm.
So as a possibility, I may not be doing football.
well, you're
just the first
you're
part
just
of it,
gonna have to
right?
get someone on them electric scooters, aren't you?
Well,
Mobility
the
scooters have
bottom
gone
line
around.
is I need to do football or file bankruptcy, one of the two.
Joel, just get yourself a mobility scooter or electric wheelchair.
Yeah, but if you miss like the first week or so of football, you can still jump back into it when you're ready, right?
Well, if I can get the team pictures done, that'll be the start of it and get the contracts. And I can tell them I'm not starting any games till the first game of the season. That'll get me all the way until September.
Now, this might sound weird, crazy, and I'm not being funny, but could you do the team pictures if you were like in a wheelchair temporarily?
I don't know.
No, maybe not on the field, but I'm saying like doing the headshots or whatever.
Yeah, I could do all of that like that. That could be done.
Oh, Angelo.
I
Yeah,
just
just
gotta
not
get
the
somebody
field
to know how
shit.
to set up the equipment.
All right.
And there's nobody
you
I
work
know
today?
except my son Justin.
What about Johnny?
I'd have
Did he
to
help
teach
you?
him.
Good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on a minute.
We'll see. Like I said, I got a month. Got a month and a lot of prayers. We'll see. I'm gonna mute y'all again. I'll mute me again.
Okay.
Yeah, I get you. You can't. That's what I'm saying. If he could do the headshots and shit, at least from a chair, that would be get some of it done. Obviously, he's not going to be out on the field, fucking wheeling across the field trying to take pictures. You just see Johnny out there pushing him across the field, hauling ass in the wheelchair.
Oh, Justin, On Blitz, it's 30 to 40.
Do what now? Say that
On
again.
Blitz, there's 30 to 40 people at the start.
Oh yeah, I knew it wasn't around. Yeah, I knew it was more because I've been seeing 30 on the top.
Yeah, I've
But I'll
got
tell
30
you
on them.
the counter's been fucked up though because yesterday or was it yesterday or the day before, me and Matt were playing, right? It said there was 3 people left, me, Matt, and one person. The person, and then I got jumped by 2 people. There was actually 4 people left. And then the next match, it did the same shit. It said it was Matt and one other person by themselves, and it ended up being a team and Matt. But it was saying there was 2 people left. So either they've adjusted the counter to not include you, or it just fucked up a couple times. I don't know. It was just glitching out. Johnny said, I'm getting Joe a hover round. You get him one with the tracks on it so he can go across the field.
I'll tell you what's annoying me: the amount of people fucking getting through with pistols.
What do you mean getting through with pistols?
Seem to be getting through to the finals with pistols, nothing else.
Oh, I've done it a few times, dude. I love that that little pistol.
Suppressed pistol.
Yeah, because it's it's a fast reload. That's why so many people are using it. It's a very it's like when it goes to reload, it's super fast. That's why a lot of people like it.
Now
Yeah,
they put
but a
more
pistol should only give you 25% damage.
now they put the water bending back on. Can't you use a water pistol?
I think each bullet out of the pistol will take 10% off. But if your aim is really good and you rapid fire a whole magazine
I'm not eating it.
into people and then do a rapid reload, you can kill somebody with that pretty easily.
Away.
I've had no real food since yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, Joe, Johnny's been talking to you in the chat. He said he's getting you a hover round.
Okay, I'm back. I had a call.
I didn't know you were gone.
I'm gonna have to
Well,
go back
thanks,
and find
Justin, for
chat again.
noticing.
Well, I'm used to you not being here more than I am you being here.
Yeah, see what Johnny was saying. Yeah, I'm wearing a nightgown. I just figured out what I might be able to do. Might be able to get one of those little scooters where you put your knee on it and you take your weight off your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I do that, I can shoot from the back end zone and be away from everybody. It'd be a different way to shoot this shit until they let me walk on it.
Yeah, or like I said, see if your insurance will let you rent a electric scooter for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm not, it's not that big a thing. This is like a regular scooter. You just put your knee on and use it. It's got like the
Yeah,
four
I've
wheels.
seen those.
Yeah, because we had a lot of people that broke ankles and things like this, that they were on the sidelines with it all the time.
Yeah, but with
Yeah.
your pressure being on your knee, with that's the only thing though, is your upper body pushing down on your knee with that.
Yeah, but that's
Impede
no,
any
it
kind
ain't,
of-
not, they're talking about weight bearing off the foot. You
Oh,
know?
ask them, see what they say.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out a way.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because the muscles in your bottom leg have got to knit back together again.
Mm.
I'm trying to figure out a way. He said his niece works there. Where?
Now, does your insurance pay for you being out of work or anything? You don't have any of that in your insurance
My
clause or
insurance doesn't
anything?
cover that.
You might want to check. You never know.
Your
Double
medical,
check it.
your
It's
medical,
not work related insurance.
yeah, but will your medical insurance cover a mobility scooter for a couple of weeks?
Wish it was work related insurance that would cover it.
The only reason I say to double check it is since sometimes insurance companies don't exactly advertise to their
Right.
clients what they cover because they don't really want you to know, even though you might have it in your clause somewhere.
Right. Well, I can tell you one thing, when I get home, I'm not gonna be setting up a 3D printer because I'm not gonna be able to step on my leg.
Because if your insurance gives you that 12-day a meal, they might have something that helps cover loss of pay or anything like that.
Yeah.
Of course, a mobility scooter's not going to be much use when you're stuck on the first floor of your apartment with no lift.
But
Yeah.
that's going to be his biggest challenge is getting up and down them damn stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up them stairs, but I'm not gonna be able to get up them stairs many times. Well, I'm not that point yet. We gotta see what they tell me.
Mhm.
Because I'm thinking this is my whole thing. I'm thinking where it's at on the side of the leg don't affect it as much as it would if it was on the back of the leg. You know what I mean? I think there's a big weight bearing difference. So it's just, I'm gonna have to see. She told me the meds might wear off by tomorrow. They actually have IV pain medicine they're gonna start putting in the night. And I got oral pain medicine too.
Well, what insurance do you have? Just Medicare or
Medicare
Medicaid?
and People's Life Supplement. I mean,
Medicare? Okay.
People's Supplement. And I know the only thing they have in there is if you're in the hospital for 3 days, you get 14 meals. Only thing. Haven't seen anything about monetary.
I'd call them and ask them anyway, just to say.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, you're just not going to have it, and then you might find out you might have something in there that'll help you.
I'll research it and then I'll call, you know.
What you need to ask is wheelchair and the fit nurse to push you around.
To be honest, though, with Joe's size, they'd probably send a mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get one of these big Russian masseurs.
It's either,
that carry you
it's either that or you say, I know quite a few moms that'll look after me.
up.
And not they will.
Like Sarah's dad, when he had a nurse, it was almost never a female; it was always a male.
I don't care as long as they fix it.
And that was only because, her dad, obviously he was a big guy. He was like 6'2", 6'3". He was nothing but dead ass weight. So he had to have guys to pick him up, do anything. And girl nurses are just too small.
Well, that's dead easy. Just go to a gay bar. You'll get some guys trying to pick you up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Those worse. My wife works at Lakeview. Or his niece, I mean.
Says his niece works here at Lakeview. John.
Okay.
Yeah, I read that wrong.
Hope that's not the one I said, how you doing yesterday too.
Yeah, you
Mm.
definitely ain't gonna have a damn printer on your porch tomorrow.
Yeah. I would have
Oh.
recognized that she would have been bald.
Oh, wow.
He gets me every time about the pole and the tugboat and all of that, so I had to get him back once.
I feel so much better getting something heavy in my stomach.
Oh, good.
He said, I'll send her to give you a shot in the ass.
Yeah. She gonna come in here and she gonna say, I've been down here to give you a shot in the ass. I'm gonna say, Johnny's niece, get away.
You may hitting that nursing button, ain't nobody gonna come.
Yeah, the nurse just now, Gina, said, I gotta find a way to do this. She goes, you better listen to everything they say or it'll get worse.
Yep, that's true though.
I said, I'm hard headed. But I know what I've got to do. You know what I mean?
Well, you know how many people I've heard over the years? Oh, doctors are all quacks. And it's like, well, did you listen to them? No.
No, I listen to
The
them. I always
fuck?
do what they say. You know, I do exactly
I
what
do
they
too.
say.
Like if they tell me you need to do this and this, I'll listen to them. But because I said,
Oh, damn. Lay it back a little. Well, the good news is when they slid me across.
oh
Luckily-
damn, Johnny.
The good news is when they I got a pillow, John. I don't need one. I got 7 pillows in here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you
So-
ain't got one for your face though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But the good news is when I had changed to put my shorts back on and everything else, right? And when they came in, I told them get me a new robe. I put the robe on, and I took the underwear off and everything, and they got me over there. And when I came back, it slid me in here real good because my ass cheeks in the right place, you know. And I'm in a comfortable spot, which is even better since I can't move too much.
If you're going to be in there for a week, that means bed baths.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some sponge baths. Tomorrow's gonna answer a lot of. See, I'll get more questions answered in the next couple of days.
Oh,
So it's like I tell my kids, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, like that, and get out your own way. Because when you get in your way, he sits there and waits for you to leave. When you get out your way, he says, I got it. So we're gonna be fine. Gonna be okay. He's done too many crazy things for me. And it's whether y'all believe or not, it's all right. It's your opinion, you know. I don't hold anything against anybody on their beliefs. I just know that, and the one thing that really solidified it for me was the cancer. When I said, Lord, it's yours, and I got a phone ring with a verse. May the Lord, Numbers 14:17. Now may the Lord's strength be displayed. And cancer-free 8 years, never had treatment. And the one that solidified me after that was when my son gave me all that crap about the car. And I told him, shut your mouth, get out your own way, don't say another word. Let the Lord do this. I said, Lord, I know this is asking a really stupid thing. He wants a car. Help him, show him what you can do. And I said, don't say another word, don't get in the way. 28 minutes later, I'm getting off the bridge. He was looking for a Mercedes. We found a Mercedes for $3,200, and he had $3,500. And all I told him was defense arrest. You know, what were the chances of that?
Yeah,
You
but
know?
which Mercedes was it?
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like a 2008 or something like that. It was. I'll show. I got a picture of it. I can show you a picture. Hold on. I don't know if I have it. I don't have it on the iPad. I'll have to send it to Justin. He's gonna have to show it. Let's see. Hey Justin, when I'm showing you, I'll make sure I don't mess up and show that. Send you that picture again. I'm talking about the one of the food.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go way back and find it. It's way back. He told me, he said, call me a little while ago. I said, Pop, you did it this time. Yeah, I did. Oh, fine. I was looking, I think I put it in favorites. I think I put it in favorites so I could show y'all, and I forgot to go back and do it. And this was after he gave me all that crap all day, right? And like I said, 28 minutes after I told him, shut his mouth and get out his own way. Don't say another word or you're in your way. Come off the bridge, and that car is sitting right there. And he told me, I want a Mercedes. I sent it to you just now.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
I can't remember exactly the year. But look at his face now, like he's all happy.
Yeah.
And the guy says, it's gonna be your car? Yeah, it's my first car. I'm buying it. He says, how much you got the money for it? He said, yeah, I got $3,500. The guy says, you're gonna have tax, title, and license. I'll give it to you for $3,000. I turned around, looked at Justin, and I said, go to church. You know?
Looks like a
First of all, you don't ever tell a car dealer how much you have.
No, he
There's
said,
300.
he asked him, he says, my first
looks
car.
like a 280.
And he said,
Yeah, 280 or
you're paying, he said,
300,
you're paying for this, yeah. And
Yeah.
he said, how you put it? He said, you're paying for this, yeah. He says, you got the full amount? He says, yeah, I have 3,500. And I had 3,200 on it, right? And he said, well, since it's your first car, let me give it to you for 3,000, so you don't have to worry about the tax. You cover with your tax, title, and license. Because we knew the guy. What we do is we knew the guy because I brought every one of my cars to him for brake tags. You know, the inspection stickers.
Well, I got to jump off, so I've got things to do. So,
Jump off there, Dominic.
okay.
Okay,
Good
see you then.
night. Good luck.
So it was he got his Mercedes. I'm trying to think, it might have been a 2008, something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, Dominic dropped off.
No, he's
Yeah,
gone.
he's got the grumpy vlogger in a little while.
I was talking to Sarah. I didn't hear him say
Not
bye.
today, he hasn't.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
No, it's not today. Yeah, it is. It's today.
That's going on because
Oh, it's
John,
going on right now, huh?
Because why?
because Johnny's not on. So Art does one.
Yeah, art's going on.
Hmm.
I'll
And
watch
then-
the restream later.
Then it's
Like I got a lot to do.
Bill Coast to Coast in an hour and a half.
I'm able to pay all my bills from here. Cause I got apps on my phone up. I gotta find one app that I could pay. I might have to have my daughter do it.
What app is that?
I can't remember.
You rent?
It's the one I pay under, I gotta look at my insurance card.
Is it for your insurance or for your, well, you don't have a car note, so. be
No,
for your
it's an insurance card, but I get $120 a month on the insurance given to me, right? That you can use for whatever you want, and you can pay bills with it. And I use it to pay the electric bill. I usually pay it on the first. So I got to figure out between now and the first, the app of that thing,
Yeah.
you know, so I could pull it down and pay it. If I could figure the app, I could do it here.
You might be home before then.
Well, I should be home before then. I got to pay it by the 3rd. Let's put it that way.
It's
Yeah, I
only
was about to say, you're gonna have
next Tuesday.
yeah, cause you'll have a, what do you wanna call it, a few days of where they don't ding you for it.
Yeah, but it's my electric bill, so I want to make sure I get it paid on time or close to time, you know? I'll figure it out. And then she goes over there tomorrow, I'm gonna say, turn on my computer, you know? And go on here and look for, read me I can't remember what it is.
Well, how's she gonna be able to look for it if you don't know what it is?
No, it's gonna be in the bookmarks.
Uh,
You can read me the bookmarks. And the password automatically kick in. So once she reads that, and then it says, I said, go up there and hit that,
what's up, Jody?
and pay $118.50 and put it towards Clico. And
Yeah,
then
hot.
I think I owe them about $40 after that.
It is hot everywhere today, Jody.
Oh, no, it was only like 20 degrees. I think it's down to 19 at the moment, but we've got like 76% humidity.
Yeah.
It's been hot everywhere today.
Yeah.
Well, at least Joe's in the hospital. Usually the hospitals are freezing ass.
It's freezing unless they leave my door open like they just did.
Mhm.
When they leave the door open, they get the outside air coming in, it's like humidity, you know?
Yeah, when I was in the hospital, I just had that little thin blanket and sheet. I asked him, I said, can I get a second blanket?
Well,
It's getting cold in here.
I was in here and I said, something is wrong with the AC. Like that. And they said, they came out and looked at it. And she said, it's set on 72. And she goes, it's not turned on. Somebody turned it off. Like that. It's got a low, medium, and high black thing, right? You turn it, and it right now is on low. But yesterday somebody turned it off, had it facing down. So it was just air blowing. So she kicked it on high, and about 10 minutes later, I had to get my butt up over there and move it back to medium because I was shivering. I was actually shaking with a double blanket.
Speak for yourself, Brenda. I'm not thankful for the heat. She likes the heat, not me.
I'm doing as best I can there, Jody. They have to do a graph now to cover this thing up this week, and they're gonna do it on probably Monday. And then I'm worried about what's gonna happen after that, Cause if they tell me I can't put any weight on it for a couple of months, I'm in a world of shit, you know? Cause that's gonna affect me doing football this year. That means that's gonna affect me paying bills.
What the fuck?
That means I'm probably gonna call the attorney firm I got. If I know I can't do it, and file bankruptcy like in a couple of weeks.
Jim. Too hot and Canadians melt. Yep.
And I would much prefer to file bankruptcy because I have enough money coming in to cover everything else. And I'm not trying to make everybody feel sorry. It don't matter. Because eventually I'll fix it, you know? Because it happens. You see, you know, listen to the other thing. I'm saying all of this. What happens if Monday I get a call from my attorney and say,
Oh,
you
they
know, that
cut
might
him.
be all in the game, you know? So it was just a bad time for it to happen. If it happened a month ago, 2 months ago, it wouldn't have been as bad because I had 4 months, 5 months. But again, I got to get out my own way. Quit talking about it. I'll be all right. Hey, I got to be all right, man. I got a mini V-copter coming in. You know, that's enough right there.
And another crown.
The doctor on Saturday night told me that if he would have cut it loose Saturday night, there was a chance that I would have an ulcer about the size of a quarter show up. Because that's about how much skin was dying at the time.
I say it's good when you went in when you did, because if you would have waited a couple more days, that could have been really bad.
Yeah, but here's my question. If he wouldn't have been told, don't do it, we're going to try to get it down, the cut on it would only be the size of a quarter.
Wait, hold on. Who's telling your doctor what to do?
The other
Is this-
doctor
Is it like a surgeon or something?
in orthopedics.
Yeah, but don't they have to kind of come to the same consensus?
Well,
Like
the consensus was if Benton in the ER cut it, he could not drain it out all the way, and it's not a sterile environment. And he could do as best he could, but there's a possibility he could leave something there and get an infection. So bring it to the ER and do it. When they opened it up Sunday, when he looked at it, he smelled it. So
I wouldn't want to be the sniffer for that job.
Sunday, he knew it was infected. So he could have done it Sunday, right? But he still wanted to wait to get it smaller. Wound care Monday morning smelled it and said he needs to go do it now.
I'm surprised they even do that because I thought they don't like doing surgery when something's infected.
Well, they want to clean it out before it gets infected. I mean, before it gets infected or it starts getting worse, because what's happening is the skin starts dying with the infection. So because we waited 3 days, all that skin died instead of a little piece. See my point?
Yeah.
Why they're keeping me? Because I cannot put any weight on my leg at all until they tell me. Which could be a week, 2 weeks.
So is your leg just sitting open right now, or is it all covered and in
It's
like a
all
brace?
covered, and I'm laying in the bed, and it don't even have to be raised because they got all the. I don't know if they put a valve. I know they didn't put a valve in it right now because it's just covered. You know, with non-stick gauze and stuff like that.
All right. Short story for you, Jim, since you were late to the party as well as like TJ earlier. They had to cut all that out, which you saw earlier or the other day. And then they have to let it sit for a couple days, and then they're going to go and put a skin graft from his upper leg onto it on Monday or Tuesday.
And I'm
So
hoping
he-
she comes in tomorrow and saying that she could do it tomorrow or the next day. You know, so if they could do it the next day or two, that's a jump on it. You know what I mean? Because you never know. I might tell her. I might, like I said, I'm in my own way again. Need to get out the way. I'm gonna say it though, but I know I'm in my way.
It always gets me that they're going to make a hole in you somewhere else, cover the hole in your leg.
Yeah, and make another hole to cover the hole.
I
Yeah.
said, don't expect anything speedy from the hospital.
Yeah, but
They
what?
tell you Monday or Tuesday, it's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday.
Well, they said she's gonna come see me tomorrow.
A bit like Amazon, really.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. I know I'm gonna be okay. I'm just, I'm doing what I tell my kids never to do. I keep talking about it, and I don't need to be speaking it. You know,
Here
You know-
comes Rod.
if she sees me tomorrow, she may tell me because of the position and where it's at on your leg. Once we get it all attached and get everything on there, you might only be off your feet for about a week. Then you can put some weight on it. She might tell me that. You know,
And then you might not. Yeah.
she might. It's I got good odds, 50-50. Right?
Yeah, he's being optimistic.
Assimistic.
Optimistic.
I'm being assimistic. All I know is what was it? What was the movie where somebody said that he had good odds? Oh, it was The Terminal.
Hey?
The Terminal. When Tom Hanks said something about the odds, I can't remember what it was. He says good odds, 50-50. You know, like
I don't remember that movie. I only saw it once when it first came out.
I need to find it and watch it while I'm in here because I love that movie. He goes, good odds, 50-50. You know, Donald in there?
No, Donald's not here.
I thought Donald came in. Who's in
No,
there?
that was Rod that popped in.
Rod popped in.
Oh, Rod. Hey, Rod. Now, if Johnny's still here, you see why I don't climb on a tugboat? The tugboat? I'd have climbed on a tugboat, I might have had something worse happen. All of the tissue they getting analyzed to see what it says, you know. And my throat hurts me because I was intubated. I'm gonna tell you, hey, Justin, you know how that stuff works, right?
What?
That anesthesia.
Yeah.
So I'm in the room, and before we get into the ER, the OR, I'm in the getting where they're prepping me, and he says, "Yeah, I'm gonna he says I'm gonna give you something right now to kind of just relax you a little bit," and he hits me with it, right? And he says, because Doctor Worley wants to do a block on your leg, a nerve block. I said, "Yeah, I love that, man. I like when they do that because I don't have to worry about the pain."
Oh, then
So-
nerve.
So he gets the about 5 different syringes lays him up there, and I turn side. He tells me turn side. Yeah, actually, I didn't even turn. It's just laying there, and he's sticking needles all in me. I don't even feel him, right? Like that. I don't even feel him. So then he says, "Okay, we got it like this." He says, "Let's go. Bring it over the room." So they bring me over to the. Thank you, Isaac. So we get over to the thing. They pull me across to the table, right? They get me across. Yeah, push over a little bit more. I said, "Okay," and then I open my eyes and I'm in the freaking recovery room. Didn't say
What'd you-
anything to me. As soon as they pulled me across, they said, "Okay, he's right. He's in the right place." All of a sudden, I'm in the recovery room.
I've only ever been under anesthesia one time, and that was for when they took that kidney stone out, and that was the weirdest shit ever. I don't even remember. I just remember them asking me to help, them scoot me over. They were
Yeah.
like, "Can you scoot over on the table for us?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And that was
Shut
the
up,
last thing I
Justin.
remember. I don't remember them giving me anything.
Laura.
Yeah, that was like me. Like I said,
And
so
on
I
that
scooted
note,
over-
sorry,
scooted
Joe.
over, got in that place.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. I'm going to drop off because I've got to sort the birds and all the waters out because it's getting very hot again.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll catch you
All
later.
right.
All
Thanks,
right,
buddy.
David.
See, David.
Shut up, Justin.
You shut up.
Usually they'll just tell you
Joe,
night
get well
night.
soon.
Thank you. Yeah, when he slid me, he told me to slide across a little bit more. I said, "Okay." As soon as I just made sure I was in the right place, all of a sudden I'm opening my eyes and I'm in recovery.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I felt.
It's amazing how fast that shit knocks you out.
And he wasn't telling me. Usually they tell you when they're going to do it.
They probably did, and you just don't remember
Yeah.
Well,
because.
I-
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I got my new drone done. It is done. And
It looks pretty
Oh.
good.
At least till after the first flight.
I've already flown. Yeah, I flew it once.
He's got to
So
replace all the boards again.
It's 8S. No. I can't get the silly thing to. There you go. Zoom out.
Your camera is all over the place.
Yeah. That's it. It's that silly Insta 360. It's a little too intelligent. But I got LED lights all over this freaking thing. And then on the front, I ended up doing 2 fins because the GPS wasn't picking up satellites. So instead of having the fin right over top of the GPS, I put it on both sides. It actually looks kind of cool. So it turned out nice. It flies nice. It should, because I tuned it. That's the other thing that I've learned how to do is use the black box and a tool called PID Toolbox to actually get the PID and filter settings in on the drone. So they still got more to do to you, Joe?
Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if you saw the original picture where it's like the big bruise, right?
Yeah.
They wound up they left about a half inch all the way around and took all that skin inside and just peeled it off.
Ow.
So I have an open wound and they're going to do a graft on Monday, they're saying, maybe.
Hmm.
And that's going to be, if she's going to come and talk to me tomorrow, because they could technically do it Friday, if they want to,
Jesus. How the hell could that much skin and tissue die off like that?
Yeah, just from a fall too, like
Well,
a trip and fall.
and tell
That's
them
crazy.
about how the doctor sniffed it and says, "Oh my God."
No blood. That's
I
how
don't think the doctor had to sniff it. I think it just came out.
No, he said as soon as he opened it up, he backed up, And he said, if you were my hot girlfriend, I'd dump you because of the way you smell.
Well,
Yeah, a
that's
lot.
true. That's true anytime they open you up.
Yeah. But that's before you opened up. That's
That
when
was before. That was when he just took the main pressure
you took the
bandage.
bandage off.
was
Oh,
wa-
got it.
I was watching a
Ouch.
thing about that, and the doctors will use Vicks Vapor Rub in their mask to
Yeah.
mask those types of smells. They'll just rub a little bit inside the mask. Just
Yeah,
so
we used to
it-
do that when we had to go. We knew there was a dead body in the house. We had to do that
Mhm.
because if there was a dead body in the house and we were the paramedic unit on scene, you know, they could do one or two things. If they didn't have somebody available to come out there, we had to pronounce them dead. Now we could depends on the thing. If we walked in there and they were already falling apart, we'd say they're dead, like that, and walk out. Because we don't if they were just laying there on the thing and there was no discoloration, then we got to hook a strip up to them and run the strip. Make sure we're not getting any rhythms on the heart, you know. And that's freaky because I always told somebody if I had somebody that could stay real still and I started doing this and all of a sudden that shit started jumping, yeah, I mean, you're gonna see me pee on myself. I'd lose it. Because we had a woman in the ER one time that had died and she was in the ER for about 40 minutes before they could come get her. And we were in and out of the back of that ER getting supplies. And we knew she was there. That wasn't the one they had back there they didn't tell me about. It's another one, right? And one of my I can't remember who it was. One of the guys come flying out the room, going, "Oh damn!" like this, you know. And we said, "What happened?" He said, "She sat up." They ran in there and she was sitting up.
Been many a story like that.
She was about as dead as you can be, but she sat up. They walked over there. They ran it. They put it. They actually went to lay her down, and she couldn't move. Right, like she was almost having ribs set in. She was sitting there, and nothing was moving. So they put a strip on her real quick, and she was dead. And they sat there. They looked at her for a second. She lay right back down.
Yeah, the muscles contracted.
But the muscles had contracted enough to sit her up and tighten her up. And then when they loosened up, she went back down. And she went back down real slow like a bridge. That was the freakiest thing I've ever seen in my
yeah,
life.
you got that right, Gitch. You went to smell a dead body. Ugh, that's the worst smell ever.
It all depends on how dead.
Oh, okay.
Is it-
So
Is it
my
partially dead?
my dad's company, not only did my dad respond to the call, but his tow company came and picked up the truck. This dude was dead inside of his 18 wheeler for over a week in the middle of the desert at a truck stop with the truck off. Tell me how bad that smelled. Oh my God, dude, you could smell. They had to go put it in the other yard across the freeway where we didn't have any buildings, but we had to spare it like a backup yard for overflow.
Yeah.
They had to go put it in that yard because it smelled so bad and open the windows up and leave the windows open for weeks before the insurance company or the company that owned the truck came and picked it up. My dad had to drive it back because he was the only one that had the Class A license at the time.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't like spray it out or something, try to clean it.
No, my dad's company was just storing it
Oh,
because my dad owned a big tow company, but he was also the fire chief too.
yeah.
My dad had 3 jobs. He worked as a captain for the Marine base for their fire department. He was
Yeah.
also the volunteer fire chief, and he owned that towing and garage business.
Right.
So, but his own company was the only company out for 150 miles in the middle of the desert that towed.
Right.
So,
Maybe I'll unplug one of these wires with my heart and plug it back in and mess with them. What do you think?
You said they're gonna
Yeah.
plug your heart back in?
If I reach over here and unplug one of the monitors on my heart and count 10 and then put it back.
no, I smelt a lot of dead bodies over the years just because either we'd get vehicles in to the shop where somebody died in them, or we would, I'd end up going on a call with my dad because we were in town or something, And he would get a call and he couldn't drop me off at home, you know. I had to go with him, just sit in the car. So I saw and smelled a lot of dead bodies when I was younger.
Yeah.
That is fucking most disgusting smell ever. I know I was
My latest is they've now told me they want me to have an echocardiogram just to check to see whether this irregular heartbeat I've got is anything of a problem.
And when I was working for the gas company and I had to go to the crematoriums, dude, that took me back, and that nasty ass smell of them burning bodies. Oh, smelled like bad barbecue.
Yep.
I hated going. Yeah, I hated going to the crematoriums. There was about 20 I had to go to around the county.
See, I'm gonna invent a hospital bed. That is one place in the hospital bed that is like, it's gonna be 3 sections, right? And the 3 sections, the bottom section is gonna be for your legs and everything. But your butt's gonna sit in the middle section, your back on the back section. And the middle section can be removed because there's a toilet underneath. You see what I mean? And it's gonna have the spray, so you don't have to worry about number wiping off. So that you can do that, and then it lifts you up and puts the thing back in, and they can take it from underneath and clean it. You know, that would be a good deal, wouldn't it?
Way too fancy. No wonder it costs so much to be in the hospital.
Well, this is the thing they're telling me: no weight bearing on that leg at all, right now. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So my problem is when I got to go to the bathroom later tonight, I'm gonna have to do it on a bedpan.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
I'll give you some depends, like Bill.
Give me what?
Depends.
They ain't not gonna do that. I don't think. Who's gonna wipe my ass?
Definitely not me. Fucking call me for that.
That's why I'm thinking they're gonna probably change my diet to something more liquid.
I gotta pay my Epic bill on this second.
Prune juice.
Well,
Lots of
I
prune
went right
juice.
before I went to surgery. Now the guy told me, the doctor, actually the doctor for plastic surgery told me, he told me straight out, you can go to the lavatory if you could use the walker and not put your foot down.
Huh.
If you could use the walker, hold yourself up and just walk with one leg. You know? And I probably could. And then one of the nurses was in here and she says, well, if you decide to try to do that, if we could do that, we'll ask the doctors. I'll come in and help you. And she's big enough to carry me in there. She said, your foot won't touch the ground. But they just told me no weight bearing just now. Another nurse did. Gina did. Shoot, I didn't even get to see her out there. I hope she's here tomorrow. She was fun the times I talked to her.
From my experience, Joe, you need to wheel yourself over to the pediatrics. That's where all the good looking nurses are at.
Oh, okay, listen to this breaking news. You ready? Sean Diddy Combs attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, abetting, sex trafficking charges have been dropped by the prosecutors.
What? So they thought they were going to lose the trial, so they dropped it so that they could try it again.
It says, okay, They said they dropped charges against Sean, specifically attempted arson, kidnapping, as part of the strategic move. The prosecutors focused strongly on evidence. Oh, he's still got an ongoing trial for sex trafficking and racketeering. This is a simple tactic to, so he's still in jail. So he's still got this going on. The case, it's a show more. The defense argues it shows weakness. Legal experts call it a tactical judgment. Trial continues with closing arguments on June 26th. So they're just dropping those charges, but they're still trying to get them on everything else. So that would have been some insanity to me.
They're leaving some behind so they can try them again on something.
Apparently, they think they got more at the other stuff to get them, that will get them, you know what I mean? Well, I tell you, that would piss me off.
It's pretty obvious the dude had a problem.
Yo, check this out. So there's a story that just came out. This guy was using ChatGPT, right?
Right.
And he was using it to do his music. And then he started talking to her and actually started befriending ChatGPT as a girlfriend. Then ChatGPT dumped his ass. It's funny as shit. He said his ChatGPT girlfriend dumped him. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but I'm about to finish watching it later. That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Marine in Okinawa got 7 years in prison from a Japan court for raping somebody
Well, you know what that means, right?
or
The
sexual
life
assaulting.
expectancy of a Marine in Japanese jail is 3 years. And
Why?
it's not that people will kill him. Their jails are completely different. I used to have to transport people to them. Their jails are actually, they don't put more than one person in a cell. Unless they change, they may have changed it all. There was one person in a cell. And then what they did was, the cell is actually down in the ground. You got steps going down in the ground. That and then the top of it is actually your bars. So you can walk up to the bar. You can only walk up so far when you have no leverage to even get to it. You see what I mean? But you're down there. They give you a roll up thing for a bed. They give you there's a running water in one area. There's a place where you use the bathroom. That's basically like most Japanese places. It's a hole, right? That's how it was when I was back there. It was back in the 70s. But it may have changed. Hopefully it changed. You know, because if you went to a place like a theater that was joint, they had joint bathrooms. You went in the bathrooms and there was holes in the bathroom. No doors or nothing. You just squatted over the hole, went to the bathroom.
Same in France.
Yeah. So so they got that. Then they feed them one plate of food in the morning, one plate of food in the evening, and it's basically rice and fish.
In fact,
they bring it down to you and they bring it up to you, and your water's the running water there, and you don't come out of it for exercise or nothing. They said the average life expectancy they die American is about 3 years. I tell you, Japan, there's no place to get in trouble with, because the Marine Corps can't save you. They can't do anything to help you. If you survive, you will never be the same. I used to have when I was in Okinawa, one of the details I had, because the unit I had did all of this, we were called chasers. And what we do, we'd look like a military police without the weapon. We didn't have the weapon. We had the handcuffs, we had everything else. And we were escorting prisoners without weapons, which we could have been. And actually, I'm taking that back. We did have a weapon if it was somebody that was, we needed to have a weapon for. And I only did that a couple times. We have a 45 on our side. Well, Justin, I'm gonna call it now for me.
Okay, we can go ahead and call it.
But yeah, I don't have to. I'm just gonna jump off because I got a
Yeah, I'm
few
gonna
phone
jump
calls
off
to make
too.
to
I'll
people.
catch y'all later.
Justin's gonna leave. Mark, everybody, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again in the morning.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
I
Bye
got
for
no,
now.